It matters.
This is the SMNI Senatorial Debate 2022. And for our final third round, we'll also have a final question from our panelists. And to ask that final question is UP Professor Dr. Clarita Carlos. Professor Carlos.
Thank you very much. It's quite evident that all of us, particularly me, are way beyond our bedtime. So what we're going to do is I'll just shoot one question and my colleagues here will do the follow-up. Okay, here's my question. You remember Cory Aquino? She was our president. She tried, but she failed to drop the Saba claim. I remember that because I was consultant of Senator Chahani, and Senator Chahani gave that to me as my assignment. What is your position in regard to this? To drop or to pursue?
For this question, Attorney Gadon will answer first.
I think we should pursue the claim on Saba because historically it belongs to us. The Malaysian government and a gas company that occupies Saba continues to pay rent on the Kiram family. So therefore it belongs to the Philippines, and we should pursue our claim.
Thank you.
Attorney Olarte.
Well, we should pursue our claim to Saba. It belongs to the territory of the Philippines. It is our duty to preserve our territorial integrity. The fact that the Malaysian government still pays rent to the sultans of Sulu is proof that we are the lessor and they are the lessee. And we have the authority, the power to terminate the lease agreement if there is failure of the lessee to comply with the terms and conditions of the contract. In this case, it appears that the rent is insufficient, and there are several violations of the terms of the contract between the Sultan and that of the Malaysian government. So therefore, we should terminate the contract, pursue the Saba claims legally in the International Court of Justice, probably.
Thank you. Mr. Albani.
Salamat. In the name of God, the most compassionate and the most merciful. Alam niyo po, we have to pursue the claim of Saba sapagkat ang kasaysayan ng kahapon ay nagsasalita. The origin of the government came from Sulu under the so-called Eastern King dynasty, which is the Maharlikan. Makikita natin, it was headed by Saripul Hasim. In Mindanao, Sultan Kudarat, in Mactan, Lapu-Lapu, in Luzon is divided into three forms of government. In Sisudua, Pangasinan, Sultan Nakandula, and Sultan Sulaiman. Ang batas natin ay batas ng Diyos. That is the root cause. Makikita natin na hindi natin na-recognize. Nagkaroon ng tutukan, awayan. Nagtataka ako dito, gusto ni Gadon na i-pursue yung claim ng Saba. In fact, ang gusto niya, nakita ko sa video niya, patayin niya lahat ng mga Muslim. Pati daga, pupulpusin niya ang lahat ng mga kapatid natin Muslim. So ako pa nagtataka, sana mapaliwanag ng mahal natin kapatid. Salamat tayo sa mga Muslim, hindi siya pinatulan sapagkat hindi mangbang sa kasaysayan ng lahat.
Thank you, Mr. Albani. Do you want to have a rebuttal, Attorney Gadon?
Yes. I clarified in that TV interview by I forgot the host. I clarified that I was referring to the terrorists, not on all the Muslims. And in fact, the Muslims became my friends. In fact, the president of the Imam Council of the Philippines is already my kumpare. Inaanak ko yung anak niya sa kasal. Marami marami akong imbitasyon sa mga Muslim
Attorney
events.
Gadon.
Oo.
Mr. Albani.
Gusto ko lang iano kay kapatid na Gadon kasi nilahat niya ang kapatid na natin Muslim. Kasama kami doon, mga bata at saka matanda. At sa nasa luluhan po mga kapatid natin Muslim, 17 million population, hindi siya pinatulan. At lalong-lalo pasalamatan po mga kapatid natin Christian kasi hindi rin siya pinatulan. Sa nangangahulugan ng mga Muslim at saka Christian na hindi bobo sa lipunan.
Thank you, Mr. Albani. Now we'll stick with the issues. We'll go back to our question on our claim to Saba. Attorney Espiritu.
Well, I go for the right to self-determination of the Zulu and the Sabanese peoples. We could, everything starts on the ground. We cannot create something that is not there. If there is a struggle for the Zulu and Sabanese people in order to integrate their territory, I think that should be left to them to determine. There's a problem with the framework of the nation state being overlaid into this issue because it will always be limited. For example, if we pursue that claim based on simple property relations, that's the problem because the nation state has a different dynamics altogether. So it should really start on the ground, the right to self-determination. That's what I support.
Thank you, Attorney Espiritu. Attorney Bailan.
Yes, I think we need to recognize that Sabah belongs to the territory of the Philippines. However, there are some policies that were made before that undermined or emasculated some of these rights. To the extent that the Kiram family even went to, they tried to go to Sabah to assert their claim. Unfortunately, many of them and their relatives died. But of course, we want to pursue peace. And I hope that ASEAN will provide the means so that the Malay race that we want to engage again, because we're Philippines, the Malaysians are the Malaysians, but at the end we're all Malays. In fact, Rizal, our national hero, is considered, to be, he ranks high among the Malaysians. So I feel that we need to pursue peace to be able to assert our claim there.
Dr. Balita.
Yeah, ang atin ay atin. Ipaglalaban natin ito. Actually, dapat maging inspirasyon natin yung tagumpay ni David sa kay Goliath dun sa ating Hague ruling. At maging inspirasyon niya to pursue this legally, diplomatically, historically, and of course, peacefully. Pero I agree na isang malaking factor na dapat natin consider dito is ano ba yung gustong mangyari ng mga tinatawag nating Pilipino na nandun sa lugar na yon. I think we have to address that first dahil baka in the end, ipinaglalaban natin na angkinin natin ang lugar. Subalit ang mga taong nandun ay magsasabing hindi sila in there. At this point in time, I don't have empirical data as to their self-determination issues. But to me, it's also important to consult them before we proceed to the next level. Thank you very much.
Attorney Castriones.
We cannot drop our claim with regards to Sabah because by historic right and legal title, that is ours. It is embedded and enshrined in our constitution under the definition of our national territories. But anyway, the problem is we cannot implement or enforce it. Why? Because we cannot subject ourselves to a litigation before the ICJ or the International Court of Justice. Why? Pag hindi po isinumite ng Malaysia ang kanilang sarili sa jurisdiction nitong korteng ito, ay siguradong hindi po natin mapag-uusapan kung sino po ang may rightful claim dito po sa teritoryong ito. Pero atin po yan kaya dapat angkinin po natin. And only recently, meron pong desisyon ang Arbitration Committee doon po sa Paris na nag-award po sila ng $12 billion sa mga heirs ng Sultan of Sulu. Kaya ang ibig sabihin ay kinikilala po nila ang karapatan ng ating pong mga kapwa Pilipino tungkol po doon sa lupay na yan. Atin yan, kunin natin yan, bawiin po natin yan.
Attorney Panelo.
Klaro-klaro naman po na ang Sabah ay teritoryo ng Pilipinas. Ang kasaysayan ay nagpapatunay dyan. Sa punto legal, atin pa rin po yan.
Ang nagiging problema lang ay hindi consistent ang ating pag-pursue sa Sabah claim. Kaya nagkakaroon ng problema. And at the same time, yung pong mga naroon sa Sabah, iba rin ang kanilang mga layunin at damdamin. Kaya sa aking pong pananaw, ang ating pamalaan ay dapat ituloy ang kanyang claim sa Sabah sa pamamagitan ng diplomasya. At baka sakaling pumayag din ang Malaysia na baguhin ang kontrata nila sapagkat insufficiente ang renta, kailangan dagdagan upang maging legal at maging makatarungan ang ating claim sa Sabah at pati na ang pamilyang umaangkin ng kanila.
Thank you. Ms. Legarda.
We must pursue the Sabah claim for historical and cultural reasons while taking into consideration the security of the Filipinos in southern Philippines and in Sabah itself.
Thank you. Attorney Roque.
Katotohanan, ibinigay po ang Sabah sa Sultanate of Sulu ng Sultanate of Brunei dahil tinulungan po ng mga taga-Sulu ang Sultanate of Brunei noong nagkaroon ng pag-aaklas dyan sa Brunei. Katotohanan, pumasok po tayo ang kasunduan ang gobyerno ng Malaysia doon po sa Sultanate ng Sulu na magbabayad sila ng pajak. Ang pajak po, ang sabi ng mga Malaysians ay pagbili. Ang sinasabi natin ng pajak ay renta. Pero ang katunayan po, hindi po natigil ang pagbayad ng pajak at wala nang pampumpili na forever or in perpetuity ang pagbabayad. So naniniwala po ako, yan lang po ay renta. Malinaw po na ang Sabah ay kabahagi ng Pilipinas dahil ito po ay propiedad ng Sultanate of Sulu na inasay nila sa Republika ng Pilipinas. Gayunpaman, may mga realidad. Ultimately, yung mga nandun po sa Sabah magdidesisyon kung kanino sila gusto maging kabahagi. Ang importante, yung claims ng Sultanate of Sulu ay mabayaran po.
Attorney Roque. Attorney Castriones is raising his hand for a comment.
Attorney Roque, gusto ko lang pong malaman kung tama po yung sinabi nyo na ang padyak ang ibig sabihin para sa mga Malaysians ay binili. Sapagkat ang sinasabi po ng padyak ay perpetual lease. Yan po ang sinasabi nila. At kaya nga po sila nagbabayad ng renta sa atin dahil lease nga po ito, hindi po bili. Kaya po siguro you have to clarify that.
No, yun po aking sinasabi nga po. Ang sinasabi ng Malaysia daw yan, bili. Pero kahit saan kayo pumunta sa parte ng planetang ito, wala pong bilihan na perpetual ang bayad. Renta po yan, malinaw. Kaya nga po yan ay rinirentahan nila dun sa Sultanate of Sulu. Hindi po tayo nagkakaiba ng pananaw dyan.
Attorney Castriones is raising his hand for a rebuttal. You have 30 seconds, sir.
Kasi kaya nga po sinasabi natin dahil nga po sila po ay nagbabayad. Katulad po dito sa nangyari ngayon dito sa Arbitration Committee sa Paris na kung saan sila po ay nagbayad ng $12 billion dito sa heirs ng Sultan of Sulu. Na ibig sabihin, kinikilala po nila ang karapatan natin dyan. So kaya dapat siguro sabihin natin na ang perpetual lease na yan ay hindi ownership. Pag sinabing lease, ibig sabihin ay inuupahan mo lamang. Kaya siguro dapat ipagpatuloy natin ang ating pananaw na yan ay ating teritoryo po natin yan.
Thank you. And Attorney Roque is raising his hand for a rebuttal.
Paglilinaw lang po, hindi tayo nagkakaiba ng posisyon dyan. Tama po, nabasa ko rin sa balita na nagkaroon po ng arbitral decision at nung minsan po ako'y kinonsulta, hindi lang po ng Sultanate of Sulu, hindi ng Sultanate of Brunei. Ang aking pinropose nga po ay arbitration dahil may arbitral clause doon sa contract of Pajak. I-verify ko lang po kung ano talaga itong decision nito dahil kinakailangan po magkaroon din ng biyaya ng Sultanate of Sulu doon sa arbitral decision na yan.
Mr. Albani raises his hand for interpellation. You have 45 seconds.
This is not an interpellation but nagpapasalamat ako bilang isang Muslim coming from Sulu, ang aking mga kapatid na applicant na naniniwala the historical facts of yesterday na kailangan maibalik ang Sabah dito sa Pilipinas sa tagmayari. Kapasalamat ako sa kanila. Sana continue yung decision natin that we have to fight. Makikita natin out of 100% income of Malaysia, 60% came from Sabah because of the oil exploration. So makikita natin ito makakaragdag sa ekonomiya ng bansa natin. Kung tulong-tulong ang gobyerno, tutulungan ang mga Sultanate of Sulu in North Borneo. Maraming salamat.
Dr. Balita.
I would like to expound on what I said earlier about the people in Sabah. I think our strongest link to the victory of our claim are the people there. And I think the Philippine government will have to make them feel our presence and our relevance to their lives right now because they are our strongest link. But definitely, we have to claim it, as I said, ang atin ay atin, ang ipaglalaban natin. Thank you.
Attorney Olarte is raising his hand. Attorney Olarte.
Yes, ma'am, I would just like to ask our friend here, Senator, to be in my left side, whether or not the people of Sulu or the Kiram family receive the amount of 12 billion from Paris.
Ang pagkakaalam ko po, ang pagkakaalam ko po, si Princess Jason Kiram, isa kong one of my best friends, kung naka-receive po siya ng 12 billion, wala na po akong problema pag pondo sa aking eleksyon. Wala pa po silang nakukuha.
Mr. Albani.
Alam niyo po, sa katotohanan, itong mga claim na ito nagagamit lang. Akala nila nakatanggap ang mga kapatiran natin Muslim, lalong-lalo na di claimant. Even Singerson po, hindi sila nakatanggap kung makikita natin dito. Pangalawa, itong tinatawag na padjak list, nakikita natin na sa Malaysia, nakatanggap sila noon, pero magkano lang, I think around 300,000 pesos kung hindi ako nagkakamali. So dito po, nararapat natin i-claim ang kasama.
Thank you, Mr. Albani. And finally, Attorney Castriciones.
Bilang po paglilinaw, hindi pa po na-award, hindi pa po na-implement yung decision po ng arbitration committee, kaya wala pa pong natatanggap. Pero definitely, meron na po tayong leverage dyan para makatanggap. Dahil pag ito po ay decision ng isang arbitration committee, definitely, we will have the right to demand for it and we can take measures on how to implement the same. At kaya po, yan po ay isang unang victory na masasabi po natin para sa ating claim, para sa Saba po.
Attorney Gadon.
Gusto ko sana itanong kay Secretary John Casticiones kung yung arbitration decision na yun ay nag-participate ang Malaysia or kung Sabah lang or Philippines lang.
Well, yan po ang kanilang depensa na sinasabi nila na they have not been properly represented. But since it is an arbitration committee, and definitely as mentioned by by Attorney Roque, that there is a clause there where it can be submitted to arbitration clause, and definitely that would govern. And of course, hindi ito similar doon sa issue ng International Court of Justice na kapag ikaw ay hindi nagpakita doon, ay hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng jurisdiction ang korte. Pero ito ay arbitration clause ito. At ngayon, sigurado kapag sila ay nabigyan ng tinatawag na notice, and definitely they must have to comply. Otherwise,
Thank you, Attorney Castriciones.
salamat po.
So we will go back to the question, and the final answer will come from Attorney Marcoleta.
There is indeed an abundance of evidence to support the contention that we should pursue our claim to Sabah. The only problem, Madam, is I think if the Constitution in operation is still the 1935 Constitution, that will be possible. The only problem is noong tayo po'y magkaroon ng bagong saligang batas, yung 1987 Constitution, ay dito nasara na po yung pagkakataon na i-pursue yung claim na yun sapagkat kung titingnan po natin within the meaning of the territorial provision of the 1987 Constitution, nawala na po yung historic rights eh. Sa makapit, sa 1935 Constitution, panahon po ng, o 1973 Constitution, maging sa 1935 Constitution, nandun pa po yung historic rights. Pero ngayon, dahil meron ng constitutional impediment, maaaring mahirapan po tayo kung paano natin gagawin, considering that there is now a limitation.
Thank you, Attorney Marcoleta. Interpolation from Attorney Olarte.
Yes, Madam. Despite the fact that our friend here, Senatorial candidate Marcoleta, claims that nawala na po yung historical right na nasa 1935 Constitution. Itong ating 1987 Constitution still retains the legal right. So sa akin po, yung legal right is a matter that we can use to pursue our claim for Sabah.
Thank you. Attorney Casasones, and then Attorney Marcoleta.
Of course, pag sinabi mong historic right, hindi mo na pwedeng burahin ang history. It will always be there because it's a part of our history. And no matter what law you would pass, you will never be able to erase history. Part yan ng ating bansa, part yan ng ating mga batas, kaya dapat yan ay dapat ipatupad. Kaya yan po ang dapat natin makita.
Attorney Marcoleta.
Ang sinasabi po natin, Madam, nung tanggalin po yung historic rights sa ating territorial provision sa 1987 Constitution, ay nasara na po yung ating pag-asa na ipursu yung katwiran na kailangan ma-reclaim natin ang Sabah. Sapagkat malilimita po tayo sa sinasal ng ating saligang batas. We cannot legislate beyond the provisions of our own constitution. Atin ay atin, okay lamang po. Ngunit dahil nga sa bagong constitution na yan, parang ipinamigay na natin yung atin.
Attorney Casasones.
You know, legislation,
Yes.
you cannot set aside historic right. Beyond legislation, historic right will prevail because history will always be history, and we should fight for it because that is actually our own, and we will not be able to set it aside because it's our history. Kaya po yan ang magiging basihan po natin. Hindi po pwedeng dahil wala po sa konstitusyon natin ay hindi po natin pwede na natin isasantabi itong ating karapatan na angkinin ang lupang yan.
Secretary, how will we do it? I think the issue is not that we have a right to claim it, but if you ask the Sabahans themselves, they will identify more with Malaysia than with the Philippines. And then secondly, there are undocumented Filipinos in Sabah, mostly Tausuks, who are themselves denied basic social services and are in effect stateless and prone to recruitment by religious fundamentalists. So how do you do it without antagonizing a strategic partner in Malaysia and respecting the rights or the wishes of the Sabahans themselves?
Actually, there was already a time when a survey was conducted in order to seek the opinion of the people who have been staying there in the place. But the thing is, who conducted the survey? It was the Malaysian government. And definitely, it would be their possession to protect their territorial integrity. I think it would be much better if there would be a neutral body that would have to conduct the so-called survey to know what is the real situation and what will be the position of the people there in Sabah, so that we will be able to come up with an answer that would definitely address the concern of the people in that place.
Okay.
Karen, please.
Okay, I just have to remind everyone that we have a hard stop at 11 because some of our candidates have an early morning tomorrow. Secretary Salvanello has been raising his hand, so I'll let him speak, and then I think...
Please. Let me just say that the legal right arises from the historic right. Kasi ang history nga ay nilis ng Malaysia. Doon papasok yung legal right. Eh hindi pa pwedeng paghiwalayin yung dalawang ito. Yan lamang po.
Thank you. So, I'm still seeing people raise their hands, but I know that we have candidates that have to really go home. They have an early morning tomorrow. I wish we could have more time, but that concludes our third and final round of the SMNI Senatorial Debate 2022. And I'd like to thank all our candidates for enduring 4 hours of questions. I know that's really long, but you really gave us insights